हेकाच जबाबदार न्ही आमीच, कारण आमी डिजर्व करता. आमीच कलाकार ओगी बसल्या म्हणून आमचें फावला न्ही तें. हांव कलाकार म्हणून वचत जाल्यार म्हजेर पॉलिटिकली हें करता तें पॉलिटिकली मोटिवेटेड म्हणून. कोण उलयतलो तर नाल्यार कोणें तरी उलोवपाक जाय आशिल्लें न्ही.
Hello and welcome to another episode of GOA365 SBS. I'm Glenn Costa here and we are doing the second part of Kala Academy, part 2, so as to say. You know how they have these, these Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something. Now this is Kala Academy part 2. I would like to introduce people in short here, very distinguished panel who have worked on Kala Academy, on stage, on this, plus behind the scenes, and they are aware. So starting off with Radibab Naik, artist. Radibab, welcome again. Armenio Bab Ribeiro, architect, welcome Armenio. Francis Bab Coelho, technical expert and politician also, welcome Francis. And Cecil Bhai Rodriguez, artist. Radibab, I had to interrupt you in the end of the last episode. So, now when an artist goes, he wants to give the performance of his life every time, right? So when you go into a sort of a zone, when you go, you need to do you various characters and this. I mean, everybody has seen your characters without thinking when you do your Basanti, whatever. So how bad is it for an artist when you go into the dressing room? There are no toilets, or there are less toilets. There is one mirror. There are so many lights. What is the mindset of an artist? How is he going to perform? Now we are talking about amchi goinkarang in the they take for granted. Look at a very known artist. ये आमची गोंयकाराची गाण जायना ही total गाण जायना of all these people who come from outside. Oh, that's why. Is that the reason I want to? I'll bring Cecily on this one. Is that the reason why we have to go to Shama Prasad and have shows? I don't know. I'm asking.
कला अकादमीने पयलींचो जो कला अकादमी आशिल्ली तो बरी आशिल्लो.
येस
म्हणजे ते सांगता न्ही ते आमचे देवूळ आशिल्ले. आमकां भंय दिसतालो तो वयतना परफॉर्म करच्या पयलीं ते आमी तकली ते घेताले
आनी मोटिवेशन आशिल्लें डू द बेस्ट.
आतां कितें जाता म्हणजे आतां सावंडाचो प्रॉब्लेम जाला, लायट्साचो प्रॉब्लेम जाला. परफॉर्म करतना हांव परफॉर्म केला आनी हांवें फाटल्यान परफॉर्मन्स पळयला तेन्ना ते लायट सुद्दां डीम डल सावंडाचो इश्यू आसा. सावंडाचो इश्यू कितें जाता, फ्रांसीस सांगला तसो मायक हेजो कॅप्चर एसीचो सावंड कॅप्चर करता. जी मजा येवपाची आशिल्ली ती येना. आनी हांव म्हणटा कितें हेकाच जबाबदार न्ही आमीच, कारण आमी डिजर्व करता. कारण आमीच कलाकार ओगी बसल्या म्हणून आमचें फावला न्ही तें. कोण उलयता कलाकार, कितले कलाकार उलयता. इवन हांव कलाकार म्हणून वचत जाल्यार म्हजेर पॉलिटिकली हें करता तें पॉलिटिकली मोटिवेटेड म्हणून. कोण उलयतलो तर नाल्यार कोणें तरी उलोवपाक जाय आशिल्लें न्ही. आतां तुमी बारीक पळया, तियात्र इतले जाले, ते नाटकां जालीं, कॉम्पिटिशनाची मराठी गट ब गट जाली, कोंकणी म्हणून स्पर्धा जाली ना. कितल्या आर्टिस्टांनी उलयला थंय? कोणूच आर्टिस्ट उलयना.
एवरीथिंग इज परफेक्ट. दॅट इज व्हॉट गव्हर्नमेंट सेज.
एक्झॅक्टली ते. आणि आमी डिजर्व आमी तेच आमकां तेच भोगपाक पडपाक जाय, कारण आमी तसलेच लोक निवडून दिल्या आनी आमी भिता म्हणून ते कितेंय करपाक मोकळे आसा. सो भिवचे ना न्ही. जो पर्यंत आर्टिस्ट उलोवचे ना न्ही आमकां हेच भोगचें पडटलें. कला अकादमी जी हें केलें ती जी अवस्था जाल्या पळय ताजेर बिकट जातली. कारण ते म्हणटा आमी केलां तें खरें आनी आमी ओगी रावला हेजो अर्थ आमी मान्य करता की ते तेणी केलां तें खरें.
It's very sad. Arvind Bab, that is something that we have seen earlier also, because I feel, see, we fight for Goa, we want Goa to be the best, but like Goans sometimes don't seem to be bothered here too much. You feel that? And this is an example is Kala Academy, and second example I will come to the place where you live. That is a later stage, but right now it's Kala Academy.
So
we have boat shows in Kala Academy.
I completely sympathize with Rajiv and all other artists. I know that they are going through a very
it's
rough
frustration
time.
I think more than anything.
and it's like you can understand in the middle of a performance suddenly everything collapses. You can imagine what kind of
but that is the least of it. The point is that as you enter for a performance, your changing rooms are so bad, your toilets are, I don't know at what level. Marriott is right at the side. It should be probably Marriott level.
But also look at
on stage there are no lights, there is no sound even before, and then if it collapses, that's an icing on the cake, I think. No?
Yeah, I think one part of it is the support for the artists. But one must not forget that Kalakatmi, when it was completed, it was a masterpiece.
Yes,
Yeah?
that's what
It
we are
was-
saying. That's what
it
even
was
Rajiv,
a
that's what all of us are
structure
saying.
That was, the Gonds prided themselves in having a,
We all
kind
did.
of a building of that nature. It was a masterpiece, not just as architecture, but also part of our urban scenario. It was a beautiful interface between the city and the culture, and also, you know, the whole waterscape that was beyond it. Yeah. What is disappointing is the kind of work which is done so shoddily. If one looks at the flooring, the ceiling in the auditorium itself, it looks like separate agencies were tasked with each of these jobs. Nobody seems to know that these things connect with each other.
They're separate
to
contractors. I don't know
create.
if you're aware.
No, not just
Each
contract-
part has got separate
But according to
contractors.
me, all these were given on design, build, and execute. Design, all of these independently. I doubt, that means whoever was the consultant come, the contractor, he called each of these chaps, okay, you do the ceiling, you do the flooring, you know. None of these guys spoke, or nobody else took charge of coordinating all this. Yeah, and that is completely evident when I see whatever has happened in Kalakatmi. And for me, the disaster is what's been done to the building. For y'all, the disaster is the building, as well as your ability to perform over there. And of course, I have not attended a performance over there because I don't feel like going to the building anymore. Yeah, but if I do that and I experience what I wouldn't be, I would be completely, I wouldn't be shocked, rather. After hearing all of y'all and seeing the frustration that y'all are going through, I wouldn't be shocked with what's been done. I've already seen it done in things that could have been achieved in a very simple manner, but just taking the right advice at all points of time. Here, this has been an arrogance from the beginning, an arrogance that has refused to listen to artists. I mean, if you look at the very history of Kalakatmi, it was built around artists. That means artists formed the core committees.
The soul was the artist and the art and the kala of in every language. Now Rajiv is talking about Konkani, Marathi. I have seen English. We have performed English plays. We have done musicals. We have done so much on stage, and it was such a pride to get an opportunity to go there and perform and see the audience and whatever. So, and this is something that you guys had brought at that time. I mean the motor but the soul was of the people.
Absolutely.
That is what now the way Rajdeep is talking, you're talking on one side, Rajiv is talking on the other side. That seems to be, I don't know, going where we need to figure this out. Yeah, sorry, Arvind.
No, so the point is that what happens next, and that's, to me, is also important. Yeah.
What happens next? I think we need to get the politicians here. Now, Francis, you and your political ad, you guys are at fault here at all this. Politicians are the ones what we blame for all this. What is it? You don't think, you don't agree?
I'm taking the names of the politicians and saying which
Whatever,
one
all
is
politicians are politicians. They start with P, no?
No, but see, they were the ones who built it also were politicians, no?
Correct.
Bandodkar was a politician who built it. Pratap Singh Rani also was a politician who took the legacy
Took it to
ahead.
that level,
Yes.
And it is politicians also who have run it into the ground, like Mr. Govind Gowde. And what I am trying to say is, see, when we were appointed on the task force, I चिंतलेलें की आता टास्क फोर्सान आमकां घाला थिंगा बसून आमी बसून मातशें फायंड आउट करपाचें की कितें रॉंग जालें न्ही
सारकें,
आनी ताका सारकें कशें करपाक जाय आनी तें आमी लक्ष दिवन सरकाराक सांगपाचें आमकां सीएमान अपॉयंट केला सीएमाक आमी सांगपाचें बाबा आमी हें काडलां हें मातशें सारकें करून दियात आनी काम जालें कोणा कडेन उलोवपाची गरज ना कांय करपाची गरज ना पूण ते टास्क फोर्साक कामूच करूंक दिना त्या टास्क फोर्साक आपयता पळय तेन्ना अपॉयंटमेंट दिना आमी सांगलेलें IIT मद्रासाक तुमी अपॉयंट करा म्हणून IIT मद्रासाक वय सांगला तेणी पूण IIT मद्रासाक फॉलोअप करून तांकां हाडिना 2 म्हयने 3 म्हयने जाले आतां एक म्हयन्या भितर त्या IIT मद्रासाचो स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट जातलो आसलो ते थिंगा 10 दीस हिंगा येता हें चौकशी करता कितें करूंक जाय ती आनी ते ऑडिट रिपोर्ट दिता तुका इट्स अ 15-day thing. Why is it taking the chairman of the task force has already said, Mr. Kenkre has said very clearly कि आमकां audit जाओ. And it should be noted in the minutes of the meeting that we have decided as a task force that this audit should be
Was
done.
it?
It's not been done.
No,
so
was
far.
it minuted?
Yes, it was minuted. It was minuted. And even if the government says that it's not minuted, I have recordings to prove otherwise of the meeting. So we have minuted that. We asked them. We called our own experts. The task force appointed experts. We have appointed Roger Drago. We appointed Sheetal Talpade, and we appointed Mr. Rajan. as the experts to come and do a inspection of the premises. They, after doing the inspection, said that we want to talk to the experts who did the job. Right? We want to talk to them and find out what have they done. When the task force called for those experts, the contractor came himself again, and we asked him, expert huya? Na expert na. Appoint kello na to expert aha and wo expert aha. So we said, okay, eyes na no. एक 10 दिसान पोतून aboya तुका 10 दिसान पोतून कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरच येयलो आणि त्यांना म्हणताना हांवें एक्सपर्टाक करून घेतलेलें मागीर सावंडाचे वय हांवें ताका सांगलेलें एक्झॅक्टली हाव आर्मिनी वॅज एक्सप्लेन द कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर हू इज अ labor contractor, a civil contractor who does construction work, he has been charged to build buildings and charged to build toilets and blocks and barracks and those kind of things, has been appointing people. So if you go and look at not only the Dinanath Mangeshkar auditorium, not only the main auditorium, the slab has broken in the open air auditorium, so all our Goa schools that used to do programs over there has gone to a standstill. The entire black box is it has become a black box of velvet, wet velvet. So it's moist. Yeah, it is completely moist. We just put velvet inside and the whole thing is moist. You feel like you went into a cave from the prehistoric cave. Like that, it's completely moist.
Red velvet?
They put black, it's a velvet kind of thing. They put black velvet, the whole
velvet in the black box? It's supposed to be what is it? Dull black because of the
yeah, but they have put some kind of velvet. Yeah, that's what, it's wet. So you feel like you've gone into a cave, prehistoric cave. The sound over there is not proper, nothing is proper. The art gallery, the best of the best artists, painting, sculptures are doing this. That art gallery is gone for a toss.
Means it's not
there is no art gallery.
On top it's not there?
The rooms where you're supposed to be doing Western classical music, Indian classical music, any of these classical music classes are supposed to happen. Those rooms are not ready yet. Their office has still not been moved. Kala Academy, they said, was handed over 2 years back. Now they are saying that the office is moved to Kala Academy. So I don't understand this. Tomorrow, Glenn, when you move GOA365, you first move the rest of the people and then move your office. Will that work? So that is how they're functioning. They're saying now that the offices means Kala Academy चालू झाले. Shows बा तुम्ही करा. आमच्या ऑफिस मध्ये आम्ही इंगात होता होय दुसऱ्याकडे कित्याक ना आमका तिका मरोंक नाका आमच्या हड्ड्यार पडल्यान आम्ही मेले जाल्यार आमका ते नाका.
We need to go in for a short break. We'll see you on the other side. Keep watching. Yeah, Cecil, now okay, we'll a little bit out. Now there are say 50% artists women, 50% artists men, right? In theaters and natak, wherever there are. So now, as a woman, when you go to perform, what are the issues that you specifically would face?
I think so. A few years ago, when I did a Konkani drama, I was acting as a reporter in that drama, and suddenly the reporter in me came in. I don't know how, because I was playing the part. But the whole thing was I was documenting everything of Ravindra Bhavan in Margao, because the first shows were there. And it so happened was the mirrors were like all dampened. There were no clear mirrors. There were no proper lightings. Plus the toilets, some of them had water supply, some of them didn't have water supply, some of them were damaged. There was no maintenance done. Thirdly is your changing room, where certain hooks were there. Some had hooks, some didn't have hooks, and the locking system of your changing room, like they had like cabinets being made. So on and off, those were getting damaged. The male section side, when I went to inquire with it, they had like 2 bathrooms and both of them were clogged and they were not repaired, and it was in such a bad shit. I'm talking like about like 2019 when I was doing the show. Now if you check back and you go like like last year we had a show at our very own Kala Academy, and if you see that the washrooms, that one toilet that is there in the women's section is so badly maintained. Sometimes the flush doesn't work, the latch doesn't work. Someone has to remain out when someone's inside the washroom. It has happened to us.
Repeat for me, security.
So we have to become security to guide someone else using the washroom. Plus, as I said, the lighting is horrible. It's like very harsh for us women because we have to see how we look good on stage, and we need the lights hitting us so that we have the makeup on properly. But being in front for almost half an hour to 45 minutes getting ready, it's terrible. We end up, if the ACs are not strong, then we end up perspiring, sweating on top of that. Plus, when you come outside of the main section of it, the lights are even more harsh, and sometimes some, as he said, too many lights, so women shift on to where it's less, or some don't have proper lighting. So these are the basic things. One, and the next thing is when you come on stage as women, when we are performing, they have put the stupid blinders. Blinders means harsh lights just hitting your face, like spots. So if you are doing a scene like where you are looking up in the air or something like that, or as performers dancing, because we have to move all our parts of our body when we are dancing, it hits your eyes so badly, like it blinds you for like 2-3 seconds.
But why are spots used on for general?
Those are blinders, like Francis he will tell you properly. Those blinders are supposed to be for an outdoor, stage performances, like
spots.
like for Brian Adams shows and things like that. Not on stage where the artists are performing. Sometimes it is so unbearable for us that where we are standing, we don't have proper lighting system so that our dance looks enhanced. Last year when we had our performances, there was no one to monitor proper lighting. We wanted a focus somewhere. There was no proper focus being
There are no light guys?
Yeah, it is. I think so. Francis will tell you that in clarity in terms of that.
One thing I want to ask Radhibab, now I have heard, I don't know, this is something that every theatre performance, we Konkani जाऊन नाल्या, Marathi जाऊन नाल्या, English जाऊन, that you all don't use the sound system from Kala Academy, you all use external sound. Is that a fact?
हांवें जेन्ना शोज केले पळय, हांवें स्टार्ट केल्ले पळय आफ्टर रिओपनिंग, तेन्ना तेंचें सावंडूच चलनाशिल्लो.
चलनाशिल्लो?
ना, चलनाशिल्लो. ते सरळ
न्यू साउंड न्हू?
हय, पूण तो चलनाशिल्लो.
ओके.
सो आमी भाड्याचे हाडटाले. भाड्याचे हाडून
Kala Academy.
येस. मागीर जेन्ना हांवें आवाज केलो पर्सनली, तेन्ना मागीर ताणें 2-3 शो उपरांत मागीर कंडिशन घातले की तुमी आमचोच सावंड घालचो पडटलो म्हणून. कला अकादमीचोच, तो वर्स्ट आसूं कसो तो आमचो वापरचो पडटलो. आनी तेन्ना ताणें कितें तरी मायक हाडून चेंज केल्ले, कितें तरी केल्लें, आनी होय न्हू ओके आशिल्लो. पूण लायट्स आशिल्ले पळय ते सेसी सांगता त्या प्रमाण स्पॉट्स आशिल्ले पळय पयलीं ते काडून खंय तरी व्हेले आनी ते LED लायट घातले. पयर सुद्दां ते पिक जाले पळय, तो प्रॉब्लेम असो की आमी सिरियल पळयता पळय, ते सिरियल लायट्स आसता, तेजो एक बल्ब वचत म्हणून ते सगळें वता. म्हाका एक्चुअली म्हाका अशें दिसता की ती एक तर केल्या न्ही जाल्यार ते सगळें पिकी जालें जाता. आतां अशें जेन्ना नाटकाक जाता तेन्ना नाटकाची कितें करतलो, सेम त्या पोंगशेच्या हाका जालें आनी हो प्रॉब्लेम जालो. सो ह्या लोकांक आमी सांगून थकलेले, अहो हे चूक म्हणून मागीर ते कला अकादमीच्या देवानूच दाखयले ते चूक आहा म्हणून, आनी ऑल ओव्हर तेंची भारतभर म्हणटा ते ऑल ओव्हर इंडियाभर तेंची बदनामी जाली. सो आतां म्हाका दिसता की देवानूय तुवें सांगचें पडटलें काय चुकलां म्हणून, आमी मनीस सांगून थकले.
There's no one to listen to as artists,
But see, the point is not listening. No, the point ultimately is as they say, it's an exam. Every day after the show, it's an exam.
Yes.
It's just like how it's here in journalism. After every day, you see the show is okay, it's not okay. You know,
inform.
Directly you can make out whether there's a problem or not. You don't have to go and review after 1 year. So that ultimately is going to be a problem. See, we are doing a lot of development. The government is doing a lot. Chief Minister is doing a lot. So we are doing a lot of development. We see good roads. We see so many new buildings. We see the new road. I don't know, whatever.
The smart city.
Whatever is happening now. But ultimately, it is the proof is in the taste. No, they say in the pudding is in the taste. No, so taste मात्र खराब आहे झाले. राधीबाब किती जातले? डायरिया जातली. नाल्या नाका जातले. तू बेस्टेज जेवण सगळे ते 10 कोर्स मील हाडीत जाल्या आनी उडयत जाल्या ते मातशे टेस्टाकूय बरें जावंक जाय न्हू. बिकॉज अल्टिमेटली आर्ट गोंयकार आमी तशेंच गोंयकार वी लायक आवर गुड थिंग्स, वी लायक आवर luxuries little bit here and then we can afford because we are supposed to be a very prosperous state. Now हे भायले येयले आनी कितें केला that I will not do. But we are, so that you don't think that the government has to also not just make a show like a photo shoot जायचं तशी very good John दिवपाक, also taste मातशे बनाक आवडोंक जाय तशें.
Basically-
not important राजीव बाब, आमी गोंयकार न्हू, गोंयकार we want this न्हू.
आमकां गोंयकारांक आतां लोक बिचीस म्हणून वळखता, गोंय बिचीस म्हणून गोंयांत येता, पूण जेन्ना सुरवात जाल्ली पळय आमी गोंयकार कलाकार म्हणून लोक वळखता.
Correct.
पूण आयज ते वेगळेच जालां चित्र, कला वेगळीच
आता
उरल्या.
गोंया is known for आसागांव.
Yes.
Dillyites come, sorry Francis, and your party मध्ये come and made one cantonment of Delhi केला मरे असं.
तुम्ही म्हणता
That is not a
development. Development.
आप is Delhi based, no?
अरे I'm BJP is Delhi based. So is Congress also Delhi based.
Correct. Sorry, I will bring
डेव्हलपमेंट म्हणटा, रस्ते केले आणि बाकीचे सगळे डेव्हलपमेंट केले, आणि मनशाक ज्या अन्याय आसा पळय थंय उलोवपाक जेन्ना तेजे तोंड बंद करता, सिस्टमॅटिकली एका काबार करता पळय, इट इज नॉट डेव्हलपमेंट. हे एका राज्याची हे काबार जावपाची चिन्ह ही. कारण आतां कशें आसा, खंयच्या गजालीचेर तूं उलोवपाक मेळना. आर्टिस्ट उलयलो, आर्टिस्टाक एकदर काबार करता, म्हणजे आर्टिस्ट उलयलो, आर्टिस्टाची गाडी फोडटा. हांवें भोगल्या, हांव उलयलो. आतां तुमकां एक रिसंट सांगता, पयर हांवें व्हिडिओ केलो. म्हाका एक मेक हांव एका शो आशिल्लो म्हाका स्टँडअप कॉमेडी, जाल्यार म्हाका सडनली फोन आयलो आनी म्हाका म्हणपाक तुका रिजेक्ट केला. म्हणलें कित्याक? ना तूं गव्हर्मेंटाच्या अगेन्स्ट उलयतलो न्ही, गव्हर्मेंटाचे जे आमकां फंड दिता ते तुका घेत जाल्यार दिवचे ना म्हणून. ही परिस्थिती. आर्टिस्ट उलयत न्ही जाल्यार त्या ऑर्गनायझराक म्हणटा तुका आर्ट एंड कल्चराचे पयशे मेळचे ना म्हणून. दीस इज अ स्टेज. गोंयकारांक काबार कशें करप म्हणटा पळय ते बीजेपी कडच्यान शिकप, आनी असले करप्ट हे आसा पळय राजकारणी आसा पळय, हांव सरळ स्टेटमेंट करता, करप्ट इतले करप्ट ह्या 10 वर्सांत जितले करप्ट गव्हर्मेंट गोंयांत पळयलां ते केन्नाच पळोवनासले आसतले, इतले करप्ट. आणि ताजोच नमुनो हो कला अकादमी.
Francis Bab, now just to tell you, now this is again ultimately politics. See, Rajdeep is an artist, okay, also wears many hats, no doubt, but you are an out and out politician. So are politicians the bane of Goa? Across hues, as you said, okay, BJP is Delhi based, AAP is Delhi based, Congress is all whatever.
No, see,
Now,
so
now.
there is a very clear type of politician which is the bane of Goa, and that type of politician is like a fascist politician. Now, fascism is very, it like, you know, it's going hand in glove with the BJP's way of politics, right? It's a clear fascist kind of.
Yeah, but your opposition is doing nothing here besides saying that no, your allies. Sorry, I'm much a political zala. Last 1-2 minutes. Your allies have called up B team of BJP. So if that happens in 27, BJP is going to come with 27 thing. Now you tell me one thing. So basically that means you all as opposition, as politicians, you all are very happy with the government. Let me be the devil's advocate here. Don't you think?
No. See,
and then Kala Academy will be Kala Academy. We will go to Bombay and go to NCP and watch some good thing.
When it came to saving the constitution, all of these same politicians came together in the central government. We formed an alliance and we got.
So you think there is a hope for Kala Academy?
Of course there is hope.
Okay.
We are fighting day in and day out for that. We are like, if I die then I say then that there is no hope. But as a politician,
your ghost can come.
As a politician and as a poet, we are fighting, and we are not going to stop fighting. So there is definitely hope.
So there is hope.
We fought and got the task force. Now they are not listening to the task force. We are fighting tooth and nail to get the task force.
What do you feel? Now to me at the hoop kota, I know to bring up a lot of issues. We follow all. So you think there is hope or amche टाइम जालो स्विडनाक वचपाक?
ना म्हाका कितें दिसता, म्हाकाच दिसना, गोंयच्या प्रत्येक मनशाक दिसता की बीजेपीक जर धांवडोन घालतलो किंवा सालबार करतलो गोंय जाल्यार अलायन्स गरजेचें. आतां ते मागीर आप कितें म्हणटा, काँग्रेस कितें म्हणटा, पूण सगळ्यांनी एकी कडेन आयलो न्हू जाल्यारच गोंय आसतलें. अदरवायज आमचे गोंयचें भवितव्य खूब भयानक आसा.
See, my big thing is a little different. As I end, I'm saying, see, we need government. Now, first it was Congress, before it was MG, then was Congress, then was BJP. But point is not that. Point is what we need is a good opposition. So if you don't have a good opposition, then we are in trouble, wherever it is. It is not only in
BJP
Goa.
जाल्यार ते ऑपोजिशनूच काबार
No, but that
करता.
is the fault of the opposition also, no? There are people who are shouting. I know there are people like I think Durgesh CBI was landed at his door in the morning today. So there are people who are shouting. But ultimately opposition has to remain opposition. And then when opposition is there, then Kala Academy can be resurrected. Then the roads can become. By the way, you all were talking about army. You were talking about the contractors, no? But before I finish, I'll just tell you this. Just below our office, that one street, no, one contractor has got. This 90 degrees to that, the second contractor. This is a third contractor. But the main contractor is a big contractor. He has given each street to one contractor. I don't know if that's happened in Kala Academy. Okay. Guys, now I am not making this political. It was all about Kala Academy. But ultimately, you have to remember, Goa has to remember that we have exchanged our kings for politicians. And if we do not get the politicians and we do not get the parties who are for Goa, I am not saying Goans, for Goa, then whatever, as Rajdeep Bab said, we deserve what we get. Thanks Rajdeep Bab, thank you very much. Thanks Francis, thanks Arminio, thanks Cecil. Keep watching me, Glenn Costa, on SBS and on Goa First, Goa Priority.